Hey guys, Didi here. How are we all doing? I hope you're doing well, and I'm back today with a kind of care guide video for these gorgeous plants that you can see here, the poinsettias. So I have 1, 2 and 3 here, and this by far is my favourite. It is the poinsettia glitter. Oh my lord, have you seen this foliage? It is redonkulous. And also, have you seen the size of this? Like, this thing is growing out of control, for sure. So yeah, it is that time of year where you're going to be seeing these plants pretty much everywhere. And you know, hopefully you're going to buy them, and when you do buy them you might not know how to take care of them. And honestly, they're really easy care. Also, they just add this kind of pop of colour to your, you know, maybe sea of green that you might have, or even if you don't have a lot of plants, you know, it's just like a nice kind of festive plant to have around. So these guys are actually native to like Central America, and in their native countries they can actually grow like super big. I'm talking like 8 foot. Now this one's obviously not that big, but it's getting there. It's putting out new leaves all the time. It's putting out new blooms all the time. It's growing like mad. This one's a bit, you know, it's not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad. And this one's just sad. I actually just picked it up because it was being so neglected where it was, and I was, you know, I wanted to try and save it, and it's not working out very well, but I'm gonna try and, you know, save it for next year. So yeah, oh, I'm just getting the sun right in my eyeballs. Oh, it's that time of day. Let's just try and ignore that. So yeah, if you just think when you're taking care of these guys, warmth and sunshine as to, you know, like where they come from, Central America, like Mexico, then you'll do just fine. Oh my god, I'm literally getting blinded by the sunshine. Because, you know, I mean, we should be thinking that way anyway, because I'm sure a lot of us already own quite a lot of tropical plants, and these aren't that much different. Also, just a disclaimer for you guys. I am not an expert by any means in like taking care of plants. I've learned through like trial and error, and I'm just sharing with you guys kind of what works for me and my environment. So yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. As for lighting for these guys really do well in a well-lit room. So wherever you get a lot of sunshine, obviously it's the winter time now, so you know there isn't a lot of sunshine in the first place, but whatever window, so if you have a south-facing window and that gets a lot of sun, place it in there. So I have all of these guys in my south-facing window, literally like right next to the window, because like there is no sun. I also have this lamp behind me, which you probably can't see, but it has a daylight bulb in it just to kind of supplement the really crappy light that we have in the winter time, and they seem to be doing really well. But of course you can also put these guys in like an east or a west facing window, somewhere where they just will get a lot of light. North facing windows I wouldn't really suggest to put them in, because there just won't be sufficient enough sunlight for them to, you know, keep these beautiful colours in their leaves and keep blooming. So just bear that in mind. Also, you know, if you do have them near a window, try not to let them actually touch the window, because, you know, it's cold and they are very susceptible to cold damage. So I'm not sure, it's one of these, yeah. So you can see like the tips on these guys. I don't know if you can. I'll try and like arrow and point to them. They've got like some brown tips and stuff, and that's because it was up against the window and it was cold, and I didn't realise it was touching the window, so they got kind of cold, a little bit of cold damage, and they just don't like it and they don't do well. Also, like drafts, do not have them near any kind of like drafty windows or drafty doors, because again they'll start to do like stuff like this and they don't like it. So just bear that in mind. So watering for these guys, they're pretty easy to water. So I bottom water all my plants, which I've probably said like 5,000 times in all my videos, but even with these guys I bottom water them. You should water them when the soil's kind of dry. So by that I mean they actually quite like to have moist roots, but that doesn't mean obviously stopping wet. I'm watering my poinsettias kind of every 4-ish days, maybe every 3 to 4 days, and not a lot of water at all. I literally just put, you know, maybe like that much of water in their pot. So in the saucer, you know, I'll fill it up to like, you know, like there or something, and I'll just let them drink. The same thing with this guy, I just put a little bit of water, he's already sitting. Oh yeah, I watered this guy. So he's sitting in water. I actually need to empty that out. 1 second. So yeah, I actually watered these guys today. So yeah, I literally just put a little bit of water in it, enough that, you know, if you can see, like, yes, the pot is gross, ignore that, but like, you know, just to about that level, let it sit in there and drink up whatever it wants, and then I'll come back, you know, a couple of hours later or at the end of the day and empty out whatever it hasn't drunk. And that's just what I find the easiest way to do with these guys. If they've drank all the water that I've given them, then I give them a bit more. And again, if they just don't drink it all within a couple of hours, then I just empty it and then they're fine. And that's you know how it works. But if you're not a bottom waterer, just check the soil, obviously, you know, stick your finger all up in there and see if it's dry. And again, try not to let them dry out too much during this time of the year. And yeah, that's pretty much it for watering. So these guys actually, you know, again, if you think about the environment that they come from, they like to have quite warm temperatures. So if you place them somewhere, you know, where it's like between 18 and like 25 degrees, which is, oh my god, in like Fahrenheit. I'll put it on the screen for you guys in America, or wherever you use Fahrenheit, because we don't use Fahrenheit over here in the UK. But yeah, they like to be in a fairly warm room, so don't put them, you know, somewhere where it's really cold, because they won't do very well. And humidity. So these guys don't need humidity. So like if you don't have a very humid home, that's completely fine, and they'll do fine. But in my experience, they do even better with humidity. So I miss these guys every day. I now actually have a bigger humidifier down here in my like plant area. So they're like right near that humidifier, kind of like 30 centimeters away from it or something like that. And I also mist them every day, and they seem to do really well with it. Again, if you're an anti-mister, I don't know. Like, what can I say? It works for me. Just give it a try. And yeah, I only mist them during the daytime though, just an FYI. And yeah, like I said, they seem to enjoy it. But again, if you're not into the misting, you know, I have nothing to say about that. But again, if you have a humidifier, it's a benefit. If you don't, it's not a big deal. These guys do well at the moment because they are like in bloom, especially this one. This one's just going like crazy with all the blooms. I don't know if I can show you guys, but you can probably see all those little buds in the leaves, blooming like mad. So because they are blooming at the moment, it's good to give them kind of like a high phosphorus type of fertilizer. So I only have like an orchid fertilizer around at the moment, so that's what I use. I kind of fertilize them maybe like every week, every 2-ish weeks. They've been blooming for like quite a while. And then obviously when they're not in bloom, give them an all-purpose fertilizer, obviously diluted than what the package says, and that'll be good. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying getting ready for Christmas, and I literally can't wait. I am so excited for Christmas. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. So I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you guys soon with another one. Bye.